Hi, it's George Sykes. Today is January 19th, 2022, and this is the CERT 618 report. Today's topic: with mortgage rates climbing, now is the time to act. Quick report. We'll probably take about 5 minutes and just talk about sort of the state of money, and it never gets old talking about money and how it affects our lives, especially when we're talking about something about houses. So just wanted to report then that last week the average 30-year fixed mortgage, the average rate from Freddie Mac jumped from 3.22% to 3.45%, and that is the highest point it's been in almost 2 years. So if you're thinking about buying a home, this may have come as a bit of a shock. But the truth is, it really wasn't entirely unexpected. So experts have been calling for rates to rise in the 2022 projections, and the forecast is now becoming a reality. And here's a look at the projections from Freddie Mac for this year. So this is what 2022 looks like for us as we go through Q1. So we're talking January through March. We're looking at a projection of 3.4%. Q2 is 3.5%, 3.6 in Q3, and then finishing out the year in 3.7%. As the numbers show, this number in this jump in rates is in line with the expectations from Freddie Mac, and what they also indicate is that mortgage rates are projected to continue climbing throughout the year. But should you be worried? What does it really mean for you? And what it does mean is that as rates increase, even modestly, they're going to impact your monthly mortgage payment and the overall affordability of your home. How much home can I buy? And if you're looking to buy a home, rising mortgage rates should be an incentive to act sooner rather than later. So if it's in your game plan to purchase this year, the earlier start we get, the better. Remember, if you can't find a house in the MLS, I can help you find that dream house, and I have a program for that. Side note for friends and anyone watching this you're already in your house. If you are in your house and you don't plan to move, that's awesome. Not everybody's buying and selling. That's okay. But I would recommend talking to a lender about getting a refi package together, because just moving that number a little bit can save you something every month. So if you need some help with introductions, I will be glad to help make those introductions and help you save a few bucks on those monthly payments. All right. And the good news is, though, even though as the rates are climbing, they're still worth taking advantage of. Historically, data shows that today's rate, even at 3.45%, is still well below the average for each of the last 5 decades. I love this graph. It's kind of fun to look at. So if you can, I don't know what size your screen is. If you're on a phone, it might be small. If you're on a desktop, it works out. But if we look at the last 5 decades, in the 1990s, we were talking about an average throughout that decade interest rate of 8.8%. In the 1980s, for all the 80 kids out there, moms and dads were paying 12.7%, which is, it's just crazy to think about buying a house at 12% right now compared to where we're at. And then the 90s, we moved down to 8.12, and the 2000s, you can see we moved into 6. Even last decade, we were really flying nicely there, and the average of 4%. So at 3.45, you're still below that overall average. All right, so that means you still have a great opportunity to buy now with a rate that's better than what your loved ones had paid in decades past. And if you buy a home while the rates are in the mid threes, your monthly mortgage payment will be locked in at that rate for the life of your loan. So remember, if you're financing 15 years, 30 years, that's going to be your rate forever. So even if those numbers move up, you're going to be price protected there. As you can see from the chart on the previous slide, a lot can change in a time frame. So buying now is a great way to protect yourself from rising cost and future rate increases, while also securing your payment for the long term. Now, Nadia, and I won't even take a shot at her last name. I think it's Evangelo, is a senior economist, and she's the director of our forecasting at the National Association of Realtors. And she just reported then mortgage rates surged in the second week. This is in the second week of this year. The 30-year fixed mortgage rate rose from 3.45 to from 3. Let's try that again. I'm not going to cut and edit. So we went to 3.45% from 3.22%, and that was in the previous week. So if inflation continues to grow at the current pace, which I don't see any reason that it will be stopping, rates will move up even faster in the following months. So bottom line, mortgage rates are increasing and are forecast to be even higher for the end of 2022. If you're planning to buy this year, acting soon may be your most affordable option. And I just invite you to connect. So text me. You probably don't want to call me. I probably don't want to call you until we've figured out really what we need. So feel free to text me. My phone number is 618-531-4000. And again, my name is George Sykes. And I just remind you that in a digital age of shares and likes, you need a realtor like George Sykes. Thank you.